non-IT experience. This was not an IT relevant experience, so that is the why I didn't update in the resume.
What is your total experience?
My total years of experience is six years.
Passed out?
Passed out in 2015.
2015 passed out. You see having 6 years on non-IT, right?
Yes.
For you, you can tell like initial 2 years you worked as a Linux administrator, and later because anyway, see these 6 years you didn't work in one company, right? Did you work in one company?
No, I did various companies.
Okay, so it's better. So obviously they will ask you the last like recent company certificate, right? Experience certificate.
Yes.
So there is no problem for you to keep the initial 2 years of experience as a Linux administrator, as you worked as a Linux, okay, in Linux administrator. Then last 4 years you are working as a DevOps or AWS, okay, as a cloud infrastructure administrator or as a DevOps engineer, your role, okay. You can keep this because anyway they're not going to see what is your designation in the beginning, initial 2 years, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Still any questions?
So for the experienced candidate, the rounds will be two or three. What will be the procedure?
There are generally 2 technical rounds and 1 manager round, then 1 HR round. In technical rounds, they'll ask everything like basics and each and every point they'll ask in technical round. And in manager round, they'll ask what kind of project it is, which tools you are used. So why you want to switch, like these kind of questions, the generic questions they ask in manager round. They'll not go much deep in as a technical questions. Okay.
Sir, I actually have experience in the non-IT field for 3 years. And I cleared my BTech in 2015. So that should be the experience I have to provide them.
Okay, for non-IT, what is the designation for you?
Process associate.
It's okay, no problem. Even if it is a process associate also, you can go ahead with DevOps and AWS for this non-IT 3 years of experience. Initial 2 years, you say like I have prepared for government jobs, like that.
Yeah.
Okay. See, I'm telling you, this is not at all required, this designation. They will not look for your designation. They will look how you performed in the interview. Even they know you are like not only you, like most of the DevOps or AWS candidates, they are training online or offline, and they are switching the technologies. Even they know, but how good you are, that is important.
Yeah.
And generally, in the technical round, they will ask for the project flow and these things, right? Apart from project and tools, they don't ask for another questions, right?
No, they will not ask. See, you decide in your tools like in out of Git, Jenkins, Docker, Kubernetes, Maven, what is Ansible. So you choose in which tool you are like most perfect. Like, I can answer anything. You choose and you initiate the topic. Like you initiate the topic for that tool. Example, Docker. You initiate the topic as a Docker. So once you start something in Docker, they will ask you one question. You tell them very neat, end to end. You tell them. They'll ask you one more question. Like you can expand this topic on Docker like around 10 minutes. So if you answer each and everything in Docker, like it's a good impression on you. Okay. So you decide which tool is your perfect. Then You start, if they don't ask the questions on Docker, you try to tell something on Docker, so that they can ask you more questions on Docker. Like whatever the tool, you are perfect. Okay.
Okay.
Even in AWS also, this is the good concept to expose your talent, like to expose your skill set. So you explain everything end-to-end infrastructure, like creating public subnet, private subnets, internet gateway. So you can include all the components in this tool, VPC. You say like, I have created our own virtual private cloud for my company. One of the applications, we set up entire infrastructure in VPC. You include all the components, NAT gateway, bastion server, jump server. You expand the topic, like around 10 minutes you explain. You'll get a good impression. Even in my initial days, I did. Just I'm giving my personal experience. Okay. So in whatever topics you are good, try to expose most on it.
Sir, in a fresher resume, we can mention project part.
Yes, obviously you'll have like project, right? Final project. In final project, you don't keep that Amir project, okay, like Java or something, JavaScript, AngularJS. You include any cloud project, okay, because you certified, like you trained on AWS and DevOps, right? So better to include any cloud project to you, okay. So example, like bookstore application is there, right? So one of the teams has implemented this, like they have developed this application, and we hosted, our team is responsible to host this application on cloud. So what are the things included to host application in cloud? You mention those points, like creating RDS, right? And virtual private cloud. You mention these points in your resume to develop this project, like to host this project in cloud. Okay.
Does freshers get job like in DevOps?
Freshers?
Freshers get job in DevOps?
See, even if they hire you for DevOps, there is no rule or no guarantee you will work on DevOps only. Even if you are good in DevOps, okay, they select you. You once enter into the company, no chances, like 100%, there is no chance that you will be working for DevOps only. Okay. See, obviously for freshers, even if you are good in C language, Java, Python, anything, they just see whether you are good in technology only. That's it. Okay. Similarly here, DevOps also. Understood?
Okay.
Arvind, you said don't go to the startup companies, right?
Just my suggestion. If you go, you should handle. You should have that capability to do everything. You can able to bear the pressure, everything. So I am ready to do. Like if you can think, then you can go.
Okay. How can we distinguish between startup, mid-level, or high-level companies?
You will get calls, right? You will get HR calls. So we are calling from so and so company. They will explain you about the company, right? You inquire about that company. You have many sites, right?
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay. And the important question you need to ask in manager round is, see, if you are qualified in first round, and if you are qualified in second round, and third round is manager round, right? Here in manager round, you should ask what kind of project it is, and what is my roles and responsibilities, in which team I am allocating, like what is the team size. These questions you need to ask to your manager in this manager round. So here he'll explain 90%, they will explain like this will be the team size, this is the project, because you already qualified first round and second round, right? So mostly they will explain 90% in manager round. Here you can decide, okay, whether you can go into this company or not. Okay.
Okay.
nodes.
Hi, Ravan.
Hi. Please tell me.
Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible. Tell me.
Yeah. I have a doubt. If we keep my major skills as Docker, Ansible, and Jenkins, these three are major. So, what kind of questions can we expect in the client interview kind of thing?
In Docker, they will ask you mostly like how to create a Docker image. Have you created Docker image? In Docker images, which instructions? You'll have instructions like from command, run, entry point. What is the difference between run and command? What is the difference between run and entry point? Have you created volumes? How will you expose a volume? Okay. Now, mostly, definitely they will ask one question in Docker file. Okay.
Okay.
And how will you troubleshoot if your Docker container is failed? Where will you check the logs? What is the command to check the logs? How will you enter inside a container? And even in Kubernetes also. How will you see your Kubernetes cluster is having 3 nodes, 3 working nodes. One node is down. So how can you troubleshoot? How will you know why it is down? Why the third worker node is down? What might be the reason? So how will you troubleshoot? Like these kind of questions they'll ask.
Okay, Ravan. Even Aravind, for Ansible also you can get almost how to write Ansible files kind of questions or any deeper questions on Ansible.
In Ansible, if that company, see whatever the company, like you will get called, right? In that company, if they are working on Ansible, that project is using Ansible, then only they will ask. Otherwise, they will not ask. Okay. It depends.
They'll ask on Jenkins and Docker, these two questions, these two topics.
No, not only Jenkins and Docker. They will ask whatever you keep in your resume. See, even the company is not using Jenkins. They are using TeamCity or they are using Circle CI. But they will ask you questions on Jenkins. They'll not ask on TeamCity or Circle CI. Because you put your skill as Jenkins, right? That's why. So
Yeah.
whatever the things you keep in your resume, they will not miss. They will ask each and everything. Okay.
Okay. Just I kept Ansible and Jenkins and Docker. These three are the major parts in my resume. So that's the reason.
But you should keep Git also, right? Git is very
Yeah, GitHub also I kept.
GitHub. You have a difference, okay? So your course is completed, AWS and DevOps.
Yeah, I completed my course.
No, not yet. In the DevOps, some major project is going on. So we have to integrate Ansible, Docker, and Kubernetes in that part. So that part will be Ravi will be explained in the next Saturday. Sorry, this Saturday. And monitor in the AWS in the DevOps, the monitoring tools like Nagios, Splunk, and there is a artificial intelligence and machine learning integration with DevOps. This is also not covered. So some topics are there.
Okay.
In AWS, almost everything was completed. So you said about DevOps roles and responsibilities, right? Can you share the update in these points, like how can we update AWS daily tasks and like that?
I share the document. We go through the document, okay, which I showed you, day-to-day activities.
Okay. In that only the AWS roles and responsibilities is also included,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Okay.
Hey, hello, this is Praval.
Yeah, hi.
Arvind. Hey, hi. So basically, my question is that what kind of question, because I wanted to switch to the cloud, okay, domain. So that's what I attended this. And so what kind of questions would come up in the cloud interviews? And what are the things they look at? Basically, I don't have much hands-on experience on the cloud. That is what I wanted to gain.
Okay.
So can you please help in that?
So you want question paper?
Question paper, or basically how can I crack the cloud interviews?
So you need to be perfect in what are the topics we have covered in the course. Like they'll ask what are the types of load balancers and what is the difference between the application load balancer, network load balancer, classical load balancer. Like 90% chances to ask this question, difference between these load balancers. And they'll ask some real time, like they'll give some scenarios.
Yeah.
Based on some scenarios, like they'll check what answer you will give. Example, your client is from Europe. He want to host an application. So where will you host this application? So you need to think. If you say Mumbai, then he'll ask why Mumbai? Why will you host in Mumbai application? Based on that, again one more question he'll ask. So here you need to think like your client should not get, the customer should not get any latency issues. So based on that, you should select one region which is near to Europe. So most of your clients is from which location. Based on that, like you should think in that way. Okay, these are some scenario based questions.
Yeah. So do you have any setup questions or anything that is frequently asked? Because see, if it is a normal theoretical question, as you said, difference and all those things, that would be straightforward. But I'm saying scenario based and those kind of things. Do you have any such guide?
No. See, if you attend 2 interviews, you'll get to know, because in each and every interview, mostly the questions will be repeated. So you think like first 2 interviews are just mock interviews. You don't expect that you will select. If you select, it's good, but even if you're not selecting for the first two, 3 interviews, you just feel like those are mock interviews, okay? And you note each and every question that will be useful for the next interviews, okay? See, most of the questions will be repeated.
Okay. And with this learning that we have in this course, so is that like we will get like we should be confidently go for the interview?
It depends how you are strong, like how much strong you are prepared. See, those who paid fees and those who attended the course, that doesn't mean everyone will get the job. Like how strong you prepared, how you performed in the interview, that is the most important. How you performed is the most important in the interview. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. That I understand, but again, yeah, I was looking for some some guidance that okay.
See, even if I tell you some questions, they may not ask that questions. You just go for real time interview. Like you attend the live interview, you will get the experience. Everyone will not get job in the first attempt or second attempt. Give 10 attempts also, no issues.
Okay. Okay, so you're saying like appear for the interview and get what questions they're asking, and then if I cannot answer those questions, then prepare on those, so that at some point of time I'll be in a situation that I'll be able to answer most of it. So something like that, right?
Can you ask again?
Yeah, what I'm saying is you're saying keep on appearing for the interviews and see what kind of questions they're asking,
Yes,
and
yes.
like if I am not able to answer some of the questions, then
You
prepare
make the
on
note.
those. Prepare on those.
Yes, yes, you make a note. Definitely you will crack. See, you will definitely crack the job. Like if you collect the points for whatever questions you have not answered, you make a note of those questions and you prepare for those questions. Definitely it will be useful for you.
Okay. And in the resume, what kind of things we can put for this? Because whatever we learned in the course. So
You keep all the things, all the services you keep, no issues. But you
okay.
explain them like some major topics like cloud formation, VPC,
Mhm.
Route 53. So you explain some major topics.
Okay. Okay.
You tell them like from scratch everything, how you set up VPC from scratch,
Mhm.
each and everything. If you create one subnet by default, it is a private. So we need to enable them as a public. So to enable them as a public, we have auto assign public IP one option, and we should connect internet gateway. Like you in detail you explain that
Okay.
makes you like a good impression. Okay.
Okay. And another question, right? That is it like we should explain the UI process way of doing it, or is it the script way of doing it, like cloud formation and all those things? So which one is better? Because what they will be expecting, like mostly.
If you tell like we provision everything from cloud formation or Terraform, that is better.
Okay.
But you should be confident. Sometimes they may ask you like they ask you to share your screen and write some sample code to create a EC2 using
Okay.
Terraform.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
So prepare some basic code like how to create EC2, how to create a VPC. Okay, syntax and some resource names using Terraform or if some cloud formation templates. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Okay. Any questions? Please ask if you have any questions. I'm not going to explain anything. I'm just updating my syllabus.
So how much is pending in this course? So like, with Ravi sir has given on project assignment. After that,
I'm not sure.
okay.
I'm not sure like what he is teaching.
And what is the best way to practice? Like, as you're saying, like how much you practice after learning this. So is it will work on some projects or something, or is it just going through the services, create some cloud formation script and
Have you prepared a notes?
yeah, we prepared the notes. We have got the notes what we are taught, right? But I'm
Not that
saying like,
notes. Not that notes. That is, see, the notes which you prepare on your own words is most useful for interviews, not the notes one which you get from the institute.
okay,
Did you prepare a notes of your own?
no, not yet.
You should have a notes like uh, where you write all the points in your own words.
Okay.
So that will be very helpful while attending the interviews. See,
Mhm.
because one day before you can't go through all the videos, right? You have
Yeah.
around 40 videos for DevOps and 30 videos for AWS. See, if
Mhm.
you prepare any notes, like at the time of the session, not now, I'm telling, like while the day to day, daily classes, once you complete your class daily, if you prepare a notes, that is the most useful thing for you if you have prepared that notes. So even also no issues, like you can write some topics on your own words. Like once you attend one interview, get the points, like whatever questions, like around 10 questions they ask, right? Write all these 20 questions in your notebook and you search, Google it, all these questions. Okay. Collect all these points. Attending interviews is the best experience to crack the job. So even if you fail first initial 10 also, no issues. 11th one you will get. If you are learning all the points from this first 10 interviews.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point. Very good point. Like, you have to start doing it because that is a crisp and a crisp note that we can refer before the interview, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but other than that, like, if we want to practice, like, with all the concepts, so is it going through the service again, getting acquainted with that, or is it getting some kind of project kind of challenge and do it? Because that's what I wanted to understand, like, for getting more practical experience, because that will also be asked in the interview, right?
Yeah. You don't have any real-time experience, but even if you have hands-on experience on all these services, whatever you train, like in the course, like Elastic Beanstalk, RDS, CloudFormation, Terraform, VPC, even if you have hands-on experience on these services, it is good because once you enter in the company, really you will not work on all these services. You just only they will hire you on for one particular tool, but they'll ask you all the things to select you. Once you are selected, you will be working for only for one or two tools only. That's it. Okay.
Okay.
Any questions?
Arvind, you are going to take the sessions for Lambda, right? So what are the other
No.
concepts that you will be handling?
No, I'm not going to take the sessions.
No, not now. Like we got an update, like from 10 a.m. you will be taking a session for Lambda.
No, maybe wrong information.
Oh.
Okay, Arvind. If someone has not worked in DevOps, okay, but he has a network engineer or security system engineer experience in a university, okay, like while applying for a DevOps job, they will ask 3+ years or 5+ years of experience, and like.
Not definitely that they will ask 3+ or 5+. So even 2 years experience candidate also they can crack. They can change.
Yeah, I'm like they will think that they